I had been hired to be on staff of and and mostly, keeping it real, they really hired me to work on Michelle more. But and I wrote for all three first ladies. Um, Betty Ford had been a dancer in her young life, and that was something that I had been as well. And unfortunately, a lot of it cut out of the show. But I wrote her flashback was really about how she was a dancer, and there was a lot that I could connect to as young women trying to make it in this very difficult profession. So that was like kind of the access point. Then learning more about her, she was actually very pro-choice, and that's an issue that's happening in our country right now. And she was, and then realizing that even though she was very different from me, that a lot of her values, a lot of the things that she, just on a personal level, we shared. So I mean, I think when we create film and TV to create characters that people love, and so I think the first to just really simply, in the broadest sense, answer your question is how do you find, what do you like about the character? What do you want to say? What do you feel is important about the character? How do you see yourself in the character? To keep it really real, Madam C.J. Walker is me. You know what I mean? Like, no one is alive that knows what she was like and saying 100 years ago, or what she was thinking. She has family and estate and a book and stuff, but there's very little in terms of like her day to day. I had to just say, well, what would I do if I was in this situation? If I, so at its core, you're putting yourself into your work, and if if you're struggling with that, if you're struggling to see yourself in what you're trying to do, then maybe you should step back and think, is this really the right thing for me? Is this something I can dive into? It's kind of like falling in love. When you see that person, you just fall. And I think if you fall in love with a character, even if it's hard to figure out what's the right length and all those other things, you will just surrender yourself to it.
One more question. Should go on this side. Lady over here.
Hi, I'm Gloria Ogolia Hiosu. I'm a filmmaker and a script writer, and it's an honor to be here. And what I do is actually I train teenage girls to tell their stories, writing scripts or short films and documentaries. And I wanted to find out, is there like a global platform where they can put this not just on social media, on their social media pages and YouTube channels? Are there other platforms where they can distribute these impact short films and documentaries?
I'm looking at Chioma, and I wanted to hand it to Nicole.
Yes, I think that works as hopefully as an answer for your question is also for you, sir. Film festivals are very important for your visibility. So there are specific short film festivals, and of course I assume yours is a narrative or 90 minutes around. This really helps you to, sometimes you need to go abroad to be seen at your very home. So it might help if you try to go with your film to festivals internationally all around the world. Check them out. I don't know about the content specifically of your films, but festivals they tend to have a focus. Sometimes they also have a country focus. Berlinale, for example, in Germany, every year they have a focus country. So if you see wherever in the world there's a festival, maybe they have Nigeria as a focus country, your chances are better to be screened there. It doesn't matter if it's online, if it's on location, and connected with that, look out for sales representatives, not just because of earning money, yes, of course as well, but they are very well connected with the programmers of those festivals. And also with that, it's a lot about doing your homework. Contact people who you think, due to your research, they might fit with what you have to offer, you know, and don't do like, dear ladies and gentlemen, I do have a film, you have a sales company, please have a look. That's probably not a good response rate on that email. I'd rather recommend you are very specific why you are approaching this very person, because you have seen their lineup, what they have represented so far, and you feel like what you have created might fit into what they are looking for, and they have the contacts for these kind of films to also then sell that and have the close partnerships with those festivals who work with your kind of films. So it's a lot about, it's really doing research on the business side of things, and I think this will help you go a long way, because visibility is very, very important, and this could be one way around those no's you're getting to become, you know, create a pull effect, become more attractive.
And I was going to just add to what Nicole has said with the question about the girls that you're training as well. I think it's also helpful to find other organizations that are probably doing similar things, you know, around the world and around you, and just see or engage with them on how they get their work seen, and also what their work looks like, because then it could be helpful in knowing how to train the girls and what their output should look like. Because at the end of the day, like festivals, like Nicole has said, they have a theme and they have a collective of people who screen screen the movies that are submitted, and they curate the festival because it's an experience for people to come and watch. So it's important, and I'm speaking as a producer now, so it's important that, you know, when you're putting something out there, that you kind of have like, okay, this festival, it will fit for this type of festival or fit for these types of festivals. So if there are other bodies that are doing something similar, they might not be training girls, maybe they're just kids in, you know, Kenya or in Uganda or whatever. Find out what their output looks like, and then see how you can engage with them on like how they get it shown, and understand what the festivals that you're targeting like want to see, you know. Yep, Chama.
If you're going to go the festival route, it's also good to understand what the festival is. What does it do for you? What does it do for the film? Why am I there? Why am I going there? A lot of people don't even know what a festival is. So when you understand what the festival is and what it is to you and your movie, or you know, then you put it in. Then you get a maximum effect of what you're looking for. But if you don't quite understand what a festival is, then maybe just go the route of YouTube, you know.
Yeah. Okay. One more question. I'm so sorry. I'm okay. I'll take another guy. This is the guy right here. I was gonna be biased to woman, but I mean, it's fine. Equal opportunity, right?
Hello everyone.
Hi.
My name is Timmy. I'm a student at the University of Lagos. So my question is as regards impact. So I was just thinking while everyone was talking, while the guest speaker was also speaking, and then it's as regards people coming to Nigeria, or film producers coming to Nigeria, and then you're going to go and make an impactful film. Say you're covering Niger Delta, you're covering NSAS, basically you're educating the public, and then you get to make money. So how do you protect the experiences, the intellectual property of these people that you covered? So for example, now, you shoot a film in Niger Delta, you see how those places have been damaged and everything, and then you go on to go and make money off these people, basically. So how do we ensure that these people's experiences are protected?
That is a really good question. Yeah.
You know, real talk, honestly, a lot of times their experiences aren't protected. But it's your responsibility as a filmmaker, I think, to whether it's to give them a cut of the profits, to whether it's to, you know, kind of do work around inspiring that whatever the governments or the industry that needs to be fixed or addressed. You know, it's, I mean, I think that, you know, if you're talking about impact, the flip side of that is responsibility, right? And so to, you know, it's not an, it's, if social justice is something that you're really passionate and invested in, and there's a issue that you're really invested in, then it's not really, it's probably not just enough to just make the film and just be like, I'm out, you know, like, you know, now you're a part of activist situation, and and you as a filmmaker now have a responsibility to, you know, help that community in the way that they've helped you, you know, to make your film. So I think that it's, you know, you certainly can try to get whoever distributes or funds your film to put money into it, but there's no guarantee. I think it really, the onus is really on the filmmakers themselves to try to give something back.
And I just want to add to that, to be honest. And I think, like Nicole has said, it's very subjective. And it's subjective, and I will put the responsibility on, you know, there's the writers, but then really on the producers. Because essentially, like, we're the ones that are, like, operating the ship, pretty much. And I think even when you are there on the ground, executing, filming these people, how are you leaving their environment? It's so important, because impact is not just in the end product. Impact is throughout the entire process, from ideation, writing, to executing and stuff like that, you know? So when you're there and when you're on the ground, how are you engaging with them, and how are you choosing to, like, leave their environment? So say, for example, the Niger Delta, which is somewhere that I've shot myself, and you're going there and you're spending like weeks there, but then you're looking at the kids and you're looking at different people who are just like impoverished. You can actually decide, if you want to, that within the specific, you know, parameters of where you are, that you want to feed people. It can be something as simple as that, because that's what you can afford to do. I also think that you have to be honest with yourself. Like, you can't carry the world's problem on your back. You know, you didn't necessarily create the problem, but you can be deliberate about what way you want to make an impact in your own little way. And it's really intentional, but it's possible. So I think it's really subjective to the producer, and the person who is like really steering the ship, and the powers that be, to say, okay, this is how we want to go about this. Say there's a foundation, for example, that is operational there, and they are doing incredible work. Maybe you make a donation to them, you know, to help them in what they are doing, and to make sure that it's getting, you know, more noticed, or they have more money or more resources, whatever it is. So yeah, I think the execution of it is also important. It's in a way that you can make impact.
Something else that's really important for that is, when you make that kind of film, you intend to make impact. Who are you making this impact upon? And you know, I've seen some movies, documentaries really, shown, and you have international bodies or people of, you know, want to look into that community to help. So if you're making those kind of movies, you have an end game. What the community should be focused on is, you know, where is this going to take us? It's not just about you feeding me and leaving. Maybe the end game is for the broader world to see it, and then when they see it, what happens? And so the bigger picture is really getting people to see what's happening in whatever community you're filming, or whatever story you're putting out. There's the ripple effect, and the ripple effect, hopefully, is that they get the help they need.
I think we've come to the end of the panel, and this was really amazing. I had such a good time, to be honest. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for participating. And thank you, ladies. Please, another round of applause for all of them. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. You're welcome once again to Africa Creative Markets 2022. So thank you to our speakers for an impacting sessions rather. Now we're going to go on tea break. We're going to do that for 1 hour, but we'll have our speakers go first to have theirs. Then we'll go according to this rule, this badge, and this badge. And then we'll have our tea break for 1 hour. Then we will convey by 2 p.m. for the final panel discussion for today. Yes, so 1 hour. Our speakers are going first. Afterwards, we go according to columns. This first, this next, and this final set. Please network amongst one another. We're here to connect with each other in the entertainment industry, creative industry. Thank you once again.
experience with Foul the Bad Guy at MTV Base Spotlight at Africa Creative Market 2022. All you need to do is grab your ticket for 5,000 naira query from wakaevents.ng and you can party all night long. MTV Base Spotlight brings you the biggest live music experience in the land. Come and enjoy a sensational night with multiple award-winning music superstar Fowls the Bad Guy on Friday, the 2nd of September, 8 p.m. at the Landmark Event Center on Music Day at the Africa Creative Market. Also featuring Nigeria's #1 live music Magics and Boy Spice, alongside many other artists you absolutely love. Host is MTV Base VJ Elo with the Flow. Celebrity hype man Sensei Uche will bring the energy on stage. Get ready to be turned up and live an indescribable and incredible music experience with Foul the Bad Guy at MTV Base Spotlight at Africa Creative Market 2022. All you need to do is grab your ticket for 5,000 naira query from wakaevents.ng and you can party all night long. Today, the 2nd of September, 8 p.m. at the Landmark Event Center on Music Day at the Africa Creative Market. Also featuring Nigeria's #1 live music band, Alternate Sounds, the amazing Maven trio of Crayon, Magics, and Boy Spice, alongside many other artists you absolutely love. Host is MTV Base VJ Elo with the Flow. Celebrity hype man Sensei Uche will bring the energy on stage. Get ready to be turned up and live an indescribable and incredible music experience with Foul the Bad Guy at MTV Base Spotlight at Africa Creative Market 2022. All you need to do is grab your ticket for 5,000 naira query from wakaevents.ng and you can party all night long. It brings you the biggest live music experience in the land. Come and enjoy a sensational night with multiple award-winning music superstar Fowls the Bad Guy on Friday, the 2nd of September, 8 p.m. at the Landmark Event Center on Music Day at the Africa Creative Market. Also featuring Nigeria's #1 live music band, Alternate Sounds, the amazing Maven trio of Crayon, Magics, and Boy Spice, alongside many other artists you absolutely love. Host is MTV Base VJ Elo with the Flow. Celebrity hype man Sensei Uche will bring the energy on stage. Get ready to be turned up and live an indescribable and incredible music experience with Foul the Bad Guy at MTV Base Spotlight at Africa Creative Market 2022. All you need to do is grab your ticket for 5,000 naira query from wakaevents.ng and you can party all night long. MTV Base Spotlight brings you the biggest live music experience in the land. Come and enjoy a sensational night with multiple award-winning music superstar Fowls the Bad Guy on Friday, the 2nd of September, 8 p.m. at the Landmark Event Center on Music Day at the Africa Creative Market. Also featuring Nigeria's #1 live music band, Alternate Sounds, the and Boy Spice, alongside many other artists you absolutely love. Host is MTV Base VJ Elo with the Flow. Celebrity hype man Sensei Uche will bring the energy on stage. Get ready to be turned up and live an indescribable and incredible music experience with at MTV Base Spotlight at Africa Creative Market 2022. All you need to do is grab your ticket for 5,000 naira query from wakaevents.ng and you can party all night long. MTV Base Spotlight brings you the biggest live music experience in the land. Come and enjoy a sensational night with multiple award-winning music superstar Falz the Bad Guy on Friday, the 2nd of September, 8 p.m. at the Landmark Event Center on Music Day at the Africa Creative Market. Also featuring Nigeria's #1 live music band, Alternate Sounds, the amazing Maven trio of Crayon, Magix, and Boy Spice, alongside many other artists you absolutely love. Host is MTV Base VJ, Elo with the Flow. Celebrity hype man Sensei Uche will bring the energy on stage. Get ready to be turned up and live an indescribable and incredible music experience with Falz the Bad Guy at MTV Base Spotlight at Africa Creative Market 2022. All you need to do is grab your ticket for 5,000 Naira query from wakaevents.ng and you can party all night long. MTV Base Spotlight brings you the biggest live music experience in the land. Come and enjoy multiple award-winning music superstar Falz the Bad Guy on Friday, the 2nd of September, 8 p.m. at the Landmark Event Center on Music Day at the Africa Creative Market. Also featuring Nigeria's #1 live music band, Alternate Sounds, the amazing Maven trio of Crayon, Magix, and Boy Spice, alongside many other artists you absolutely love. Host is MTV Base VJ, Elo with the Flow. Celebrity hype man Sensei Uche will bring the energy on stage. Get ready to be turned up and live an indescribable and incredible music experience with Falz the Bad Guy at MTV Base Spotlight at Africa Creative Market 2022. All you need to do is grab your ticket for 5,000 Naira query from wakaevents.ng. MTV Base Spotlight brings you the biggest live music experience in the land on Friday, the 2nd of September, 8 p.m. at the Landmark Event Center on Music Day at the Africa Creative Market. Also featuring Nigeria's #1 live music band, Alternate Sounds, the amazing Maven trio of Crayon, Magix, and Boy Spice, alongside many other artists you absolutely love. Host is MTV Base VJ, Elo with the Flow. Celebrity hype man Sensei Uche will bring the energy on stage. Get ready to be turned up and live an indescribable and incredible music experience with Falz the Bad Guy. All you need to do is grab your ticket for 5,000 Naira query from wakaevents.ng. You can party all night long. MTV Base Spotlight brings you the biggest live music experience in the land. Come and enjoy a sensational night with multiple award-winning music superstar Falz the Bad Guy on Friday, the 2nd of September, 8 p.m. at the Landmark Event Center on Music Day at the Africa Creative Market. Also featuring Nigeria's #1 live music band, Alternate Sounds, the amazing Maven trio of Crayon, Magix, and Boy Spice, alongside many other artists you absolutely love. Host is MTV Base VJ, Elo with the Flow. Celebrity hype man Sensei Uche will bring the energy on stage. Get ready to be turned up and live an indescribable and incredible music experience with Files the Bad Guy. All you need to do is grab your ticket for 5,000 naira query from wakaevents.ng and you can party all night long. MTV Base Spotlight brings you the biggest live music experience in the land. Come and enjoy a sensational night with multiple award-winning music superstar Files the Bad Guy on Friday, the 2nd of September, 8 p.m. at the Landmark Event Center on Music Day at the Africa Creative Market. Also featuring Nigeria's #1 live music band, Alternate Sounds, the amazing Maven trio of Crayon, Magix, and Boy Spice, alongside many other artists you absolutely love. Host is MTV-based VJ, Elo with the Flow. Celebrity hype man Sensei Uche will bring the energy on stage. Get ready to be turned up and live an indescribable and incredible music experience with Files the Bad Guy. All you need to do is grab your ticket for 5,000 naira query from wakaevents.ng and you can party all night.
Imagine this, the best of music, dance, film, fashion, and African and international creative professionals together in one place for 1 week. Yes, that's the Africa Creative Market I'm talking about. Featuring master classes, workshops, trainings for 100 people in film, dance, fashion, and music. A music pitch competition, film pitch, MTV-based spotlight concert, Cafe in Dance Concert, Women in Film and Television International Summit, Industry Awards, and much more. Date, August 29th to September 3rd, 2022. Venues, Landmark Event Center, Oniru, at Lagos Continental Hotel, Victoria Island. Time, 9 a.m. prompt daily. For information on how to register, visit www.africacreativemarketsglobal.com. This event is brought to you by Ascent Studio Foundation in partnership with Paramount Africa and MTV Base, Women in Film and Television International, WIFTI, Royal African Foundation of Oni of Ife, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and the Cafe Creative Company.
MTV Base Spotlight brings you the biggest live music experience in the land. Come and enjoy a sensational night with multiple award-winning music superstar Files the Bad Guy on Friday, the 2nd of September, 8 p.m. at the Landmark Event Center on Music Day at the Africa Creative Market. Also featuring Nigeria's #1 live music band, Alternate Sounds, the amazing Maven trio of Crayon, Magix, and Boy Spice, alongside many other artists you absolutely love. Host is MTV-based VJ, Elo with the Flow. Celebrity hype man Sensei Uche will bring the energy on stage. Get ready to be turned up and live an indescribable and incredible music experience with Files the Bad Guy. All you need to do is grab your ticket for 5,000 naira query from wakaevents.ng and you can party all night long. MTV Base Spotlight brings you the biggest live music experience in the land. Come and enjoy a sensational night with multiple award-winning music superstar Files the Bad Guy on Friday, the 2nd of September, 8 p.m. at the Landmark Event Center on Music Day at the Africa Creative Market. Also featuring Nigeria's #1 live music band, Alternate Sounds, the amazing Maven trio of Crayon, Magix, and Boy Spice, alongside many other artists you absolutely love. Host is MTV-based VJ, Elo with the Flow. Celebrity hype man Sensei Uche will bring the energy on stage. Get ready to be turned up and live an indescribable and incredible music experience with Files the Bad Guy. All you need to do is grab your ticket for 5,000 naira query from wakaevents.ng and you can party all night long. MTV Base Spotlight brings you the biggest live music experience in the land. Come and enjoy a sensational night with multiple award-winning music superstar Files the Bad Guy on Friday, the 2nd of September, 8 p.m. at the Landmark Event Center on Music Day at the Africa Creative Market. Also featuring Nigeria's #1 live music band, Alternate Sounds, the amazing Maven trio of Crayon, Magix, and Boy Spice, alongside many other artists you absolutely love. Host is MTV-based VJ, Elo with the Flow. Celebrity hype man Sensei Uche will bring the energy on stage. Get ready to be turned up and live an indescribable and incredible music experience with Falz the Bad Guy. All you need to do is grab your ticket for 5,000 naira query from wakaevents.ng and you can party all night long.
go out for our book signing. The author is there and she's waiting for us. Thank you. The women, just the women. Yes, please. Thank you.
Then afterwards, we'll come back for the...
Yes, afterwards we'll come in for Women with Stories.
Do I get a book too?
Sure.
You're signing for me here? All right.
author will sign
Thank
it
you.
for you.
All right. Thank you. So let's go out for the book signing. Eddie, you lead? All right. Adverts. Can you see me? Is he wearing glasses?
Imagine this, the best of music, dance, film, fashion, and African and international creative professionals together in one place for 1 week. Yes, that's the Africa Creative Market I'm talking about. Featuring master classes, workshops, trainings for 100 people in film, dance, fashion, and music. A music pitch competition, film pitch, MTV-based spotlight concert, Cafe in dance concert, Women in Film and Television International Summit, Industry Awards, and much more. Date, August 29th to September 3rd, 2022. Venues, Landmark Event Center, Oniru, and Lagos Continental Hotel, Victoria Island. Time, 9 a.m. prompt daily. For information on how to register, visit www.africacreativemarketsglobal.com. This event is brought to you by Ascent Studio Foundation in partnership with Paramount Africa and MTV Base, Women in Film and Television International, WIFTI, Royal African Foundation of Oni of Ife, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and the Cafe Creative Company.
MTV Base Spotlight brings you the biggest live music experience in the land. Come and enjoy a sensational night with multiple award-winning music superstar Fowles the Bad Guy on Friday, the 2nd of September, 8 p.m. at the Landmark Event Center on Music Day at the Africa Creative Market. Also featuring Nigeria's #1 live music band, Alternate Sounds, the amazing Maven trio of Crayon, Magix, and Boy Spice, alongside many other artists you absolutely love. Host is MTV Base VJ, Elo with the Flow. Celebrity hype man Sensei Uche will bring the energy on stage. Get ready to be turned up and live an indescribable and incredible music experience with Fowles the Bad Guy. All you need to do is grab your ticket for 5,000 Naira query from wakaevents.ng and you can party all night long.
Imagine this, the best of music, dance, film, fashion, and African and international creative professionals together in one place for 1 week. Yes, that's the Africa Creative Market I'm talking about. Featuring master classes, workshops, trainings for 100 people in film, dance, fashion, and music. A music pitch competition, film pitch, MTV-based spotlight concert, cafe and dance concert, Women in Film and Television International Summit, industry awards, and much more. Date, August 29th to September 3rd, 2022. Venues, Landmark Event Center, Oniru, and Lagos Continental Hotel, Victoria Island. Time, 9 a.m. prompt daily. For information on how to register, visit www.africacreativemarketsglobal.com. This event is brought to you by Ascent Studio Foundation in partnership with Paramount Africa and MTV Base, Women in Film and Television International, WIFTI, Royal African Foundation of Oni of Ife, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and the Cafe Creative Company.
MTV Base Spotlight brings you the biggest live music experience in the land. Come and enjoy a sensational night with multiple award-winning music superstar Fowles the Bad Guy on Friday, the 2nd of September, 8 p.m. at the Landmark Event Center on Music Day at the Africa Creative Market. Also featuring Nigeria's #1 live music band, Alternate Sounds, the amazing Maven trio of Crayon, Magix, and Boy Spice, alongside many other artists you absolutely love. Host is MTV-based VJ, Elo with the Flow. Celebrity hype man Sensei Uche will bring the energy on stage. Get ready to be turned up and live an indescribable and incredible music experience with Fowles the Bad Guy. All you need to do is grab your ticket for 5,000 Naira from wakaevents.ng and you can party all night long.
Imagine this, the best of music, dance, film, fashion, and African and international creative professionals together in one place for 1 week. Yes, that's the Africa Creative Market I'm talking about. Featuring master classes, workshops, trainings for 100 people in film, dance, fashion, and music. A music pitch competition, film pitch, MTV-based spotlight concert, cafe and dance concert, Women in Film and Television International Summit, industry awards, and much more. Date, August 29th to September 3rd, 2022. Venues, Landmark Event Center, Oniru, and Lagos Continental Hotel, Victoria Island. Time, 9 a.m. prompt daily. For information on how to register, visit www.africacreativemarketsglobal.com. This event is brought to you by Ascent Studio Foundation in partnership with Paramount Africa and MTV Base, Women in Film and Television International, WIFTI, Royal African Foundation of Oni of Ife, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and the Cafe Creative Company.
MTV Base Spotlight brings you the biggest live music experience in the land. Come and enjoy a sensational night with multiple award-winning music superstar Fowles the Bad Guy on Friday, the 2nd of September, 8 p.m. at the Landmark Event Center on Music Day at the Africa Creative Market. Also featuring Nigeria's #1 live music band, Alternate Sounds, the amazing Maven trio of Crayon, Magix, and Boy Spice, alongside many other artists you absolutely love.
recording going on.
Have you had your everyone had their phone? Am I taking a picture? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Asim, come do your movement here. Okay, your movement is just from where to where? Huh? So you know go reach this side now.
very exciting. So people on the back row, can you please move forward a bit? Can the ushers help, please? Okay, whilst people are moving, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone for joining us here, joining us with ACM, and we hope to see you again next year. I think everybody has moved forward. Okay, so the next guest we have is an amazing woman of many, many talents.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is so, the view from here is beautiful. Like, I'm trying to take it in so I don't ruin my makeup. But I want to just start by saying thank you. You know, it's one thing to have a vision, it's one thing to have a dream, and it's another thing to have people who see that vision, who believe in that vision, who support that vision. Even on short notice, I can't even tell you how grateful I am. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Naomi Osemedua, and I am referred to, and I accept it, as the chief storyteller at the Women with Stories. I love to tell stories. I believe once upon a time never gets old. How many of you remember once upon a time? You have a powerful story. And no, that wasn't good enough. Come on. You have a powerful story. And I see there's some amazing men here. I want you to look at them and say, hey, dude, you have a powerful story. Yes, we all have stories. We all have stories. Maya Angelou says there is no greater agony than, you know, just the burden of an untold story. It's an agony to have a story that hasn't come out yet. And so at the Women with Stories, we believe this, that your story is a gift. And whatever you've been through, that you survived, that didn't kill you, has given you a cure. How many of us here have gone through something? Anything? Like everyone in this room has gone through something. I mean, you just have to look at yourself and just see how far you've come. But you know, before I give my little speech, which I think I've almost completed, allow me to give honor to whom it is due. Yesterday I was in breakfast with some of the amazing women, and I'm going to talk about them in a second. And it was my birthday yesterday. Yesterday I turned 44. And for a second, I want you to look at the screens on the left and on the right. And this was exactly 4 years ago when I turned 40. The first time this event was held was for my 40th birthday. And we had it in Lagos at the Landmark Hotel. That's me right there, paying attention. So it was 3 days of awesomeness. We had speakers from the US, from Zambia, from different parts of Nigeria, and in total about 13 speakers. And it was just so powerful. But after 4 years, I'm excited to be standing here again. Now, if you want to know the story why it took so long, meet me outside. But it's special that this weekend, I get to do this with all of you here. So let me start by giving honor to whom it is due. First, I'm grateful to God. Like, I shouldn't be here. I could have been a part of the statistics that you're quite familiar with. But the fact that I am alive, I don't take it for granted. I think it's a great privilege to wake up and see a new day. Someone was asking me, was it a milestone year? I said, hello, every year is a milestone. There is no milestone year. I don't have to wait till I'm 50 for the next big thing. Every year, every day is a milestone. To wake up and smell fresh air, to wake up and be able to breathe, it's an honor I don't take for granted, and I am grateful to God for his grace and for his mercy. I understand that I am not a child that is ordinary. I believe in God. I believe in divine purpose. I believe that I am here on an assignment. And for as many people that I get to encounter in my lifetime, people who died taking their gifts with them. And from the moment I heard that teaching, I promised myself I will not be among those who will make the graveyard richer. And so every day I wake up, people wonder. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I have 4 children, and it's like, hello girl, what are you doing? Like, slow down. I'm like, look, it's not about you. Can you please look at someone next to you and say, it's not about you? I understand that I have a mission. I have a divine assignment, and that's what wakes me up every day. And so while someone might be thinking, oh, isn't she tired? No, I'm just getting started. So I'm grateful to God. I'm thankful for my family, my dad and mom, for birthing this beautiful, am I not really beautiful? I know I am. I just needed you to tell me. For birthing this beautiful being. My parents are so amazing. Those who know my story know the trouble I put my parents through. And I can tell you one of the troubles. At the age of 22, I ran away from home and I eloped. Yes, I ran away from home and I eloped. I fell in love. I fell in love. Has anyone here ever been in love? I fell in love and I ran away from home against better judgment. And by the age of 31, I was a single mom with 2 sons, and I had become a victim of domestic abuse. And you know, at that point, I was faced with a choice of staying in that place of being a victim, and I would have been justified. However, I chose a better path of realizing that God wasn't done with me yet. And he was a master at taking someone who had, made a mess of things, and he could just really put it back together. And so I made that decision to not allow my past to define me, but instead look forward to the beauty of my future and all the possibilities. And I am so excited that this is one of those possibilities. And you are going to meet some amazing women in a few minutes. They're going to share how they have turned their lives around. I struggled as a little girl with low self-esteem. As a teenager growing up in Southeast Asia, I was like double the size of my friends. It was very convenient for people to call me fat every day, and I didn't deal with it. And it's important that whatever it is that you are going through, that you get help, that you deal with it, because it only would be a matter of years that that which I didn't deal with came back to haunt me. And it led to me making some very, very poor and bad decisions. So here I am today. I'm thankful for Dr. Inya Lawal. Can we celebrate her? She's not in the room. She's not in the room. But I told, I'm not sure who I was standing with, but yeah, I think it was Shafi Bello. I said, if you ever are looking for a woman who, when they say women don't compete, this is her. Like, she's a person. Dr. Inya Lawal is the visionary behind the African creative market, and she has graciously given us this platform to host this event. Can we please celebrate her, the co-founders, and the entire team? My goodness. If you knew half of what was happening behind the scenes for this week to be a reality, oh no, oh no, oh no. I was in it, and it's a miracle that we're all here. So I celebrate her and the entire team at ACM. I'm also very excited because I met Dr. Inya Lawal through a US initiative, a White House program called the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs. And one of the things that I looked forward to was having a mentor. And I've said this publicly before. I did not know who would mentor me, but I knew one thing I could do. I prayed for her. I prayed for my mentor, that whoever she was the person I needed. And I am so proud to please introduce to you all my mentor, Mrs. Bimbo Oloyete. Please rise up. It's been 2 years, but she's here for me, with me all the time, and I'm thankful. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. I also want to honor tonight Mrs. Joke Silva, Mama. Can we please take it up, 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 take it up. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And she's not here alone. She's here with Ifoma Fafunwa. Can we celebrate, please? Thank you. Thank you. And then we also have Omono. Did I get that right? Yes, thank you so much. It's so interesting that yesterday they met with Catherine, our keynote speaker, and I'm going to just talk about her in a second. And she told them about the event, and they're like, we're going to be there. And they came, so I wasn't even expecting this. So it means a lot to me that you're here. Thank you. Thank you. All right, quickly, I want to celebrate this iconic, we know her, we see her, we love her. Please just help me celebrate Shafi Bello. And oh, my new BFF, if she will let me, please help me celebrate the one and only Ini Dima Okoje. Where is Anne? Is Anne here? Anne Obaseki. Okay. These two beautiful women are here because I have an amazing sister in my corner. Anne Obasaki made sure this happened, and I must honor her. So can we please celebrate Anne, even in her absence, for being such a superstar. She just told me, Naomi, you want them, you got it. They will be here. And she made it happen, so I'm thankful. I want to quickly just also thank Ihotu. There's so many communities here that I reached out to. I may not be able to see all of them, but I want to say thank you. 9 to 5 Chick came to me. Every community represented here. Tonya, bruised but not broken. There are lots of people, and maybe at my closing I could just recognize more people, but for all of you who helped us share this, invited people, posted on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I am thankful. I am so thankful. I am so thankful. I want to also quickly just thank Ihotu. Now, Ihotu and I go way back, and we connected just a few days ago. And I said it's important that we have mothers and daughters in the room. And she told me about the work she's doing at Jewels Network and a community of women in Takwa Bay. And they had to go through, they had to come here, they had to do boat ride and then the car. And I'm so excited to introduce Ihotu. Where are you? Where is she? Please come close. Can all doing later, please sit down. Thank you so much. But I'm grateful. Finally, can I please celebrate my speakers, the women who are about to blow your mind away. And first up is Catherine Winch. Let me just say this. Catherine and I met 3 years ago in India, and she had brought 300 copies of her books, and I was wondering, who is this woman? She gave each of us a free copy of the book, and I was just amazed, all the way from America, like you don't even know us, why so kind? And she fell in love with the Nigerian women, and she dreamt and she talked about coming to Nigeria one day, and I'm excited to say, well, she's here, Catherine. And guess what? She didn't just come alone. In her usual manner, Catherine flew 500 copies of her book to Nigeria. Come on, we can do better than this. This is her first time. This is her first time to Nigeria, first time to the entire African continent, and she didn't come alone. She came with Kathy. Come on. So Catherine is the CEO of the Mom Complex and the author of the book, How to Slay Like a Mother. And Kathy is the director of engagement, but they are just so amazing. I love you girls. Thank you for coming all the way to Nigeria. Okay, next up.
Somebody else hear them. It's totally different.
Vulnerable, and like I want to say these things out loud to someone.
Yeah.
So that you can be like, you're crazy. And then be like, no, that's totally legit.
You know, when you hear someone else talking about all the things that they do, you know, we shouldn't be so hard on ourselves.
You're perfect. Perfect, just like you are.
Now, what would you like to do with those cards in your hand?
Oh, can I just rip them up now?
matter what I did, what I accomplished, what I achieved, I never felt good enough. And I always hustled really hard to be loved by the people around me because I didn't love myself enough on the inside. So this exercise was something my own therapist gave to me 8 years ago. She said, Catherine, I want you to write down the last terrible thing that you said to yourself. And this I took out of my own journal from Virginia. At the time, 8 years ago, I said, you are a poor excuse for a strong woman. That's what I believed about myself. And your days and your nights are really long and really hard when this is what you think of yourself. But I am living proof that dragons of self-doubt can be slayed. And I no longer believe this about myself. But I want you to take a second right now, and I want you powerful about seeing in your own handwriting what you truly believe about yourself. And when I hear the way other women speak to themselves, when I think about how I used to speak to myself, I am convinced all over again that as mothers, we are not at war with other mothers, we are at war with ourselves. That is where the war is. We can go to the next slide. So I've studied women in 17 countries all around the world, and I know that you're at war with yourself, and I know the pain and how hard it is. And when we talk about this mean voice in our heads, according to my research, men don't quite have the same struggles as we do, and I'll give you an example. So I was giving a speech one time in the States, and there happened to be a married couple in the front row. So I asked everybody to think about the last terrible thing they said to themselves, and then I had them share with each other. They had to say it out loud. And so the wife comes up with like 10 horrible things that she said about herself just since breakfast. You know, you're fat, you're ugly, it's a miracle anybody loves you, all the stuff from the video. So she turns to her husband and she says, what was the last terrible thing you said? And he goes, I can't think of anything. And she was like, what the shit? Like, I have been beating myself up all day, and you cannot think of the last terrible thing that you said to yourself? So she took to Instagram and she said, ladies, this is why men rule the world. Can you imagine what you could achieve, who you could be, what you could accomplish if you could not think of the last terrible thing that you said to yourself? That would be a much better day for all of us to have. As Naomi said, I did bring 500 copies for free of my book. It will help you slay your dragon of self-doubt. And then let me share a little bit more research from women around the world. On the next slide. So I did this research and uncovered that the #1 emotion we all have in common is self-doubt. I'm not good enough, I'm not thin enough, I'm not nice enough, I'm not patient enough. It's such an exhausting way to live when you wake up every single day full of self-doubt. If we can go forward 2 slides. Another thing my research revealed is the difference between struggling and suffering. So struggling is brought on by the external circumstances in your life, okay? So I have to figure out what to make for dinner every night. And this is what we struggle with as women. Globally, 9 out of 10 women suffer from self-doubt. And what's interesting is 75% of the time, your self-doubt was born during or before you were a teenager. So our self-doubt starts really, really young. And as Naomi said, when you don't deal with it, it just comes back to bite you. And it will continue to come back. This dragon of self-doubt will continue to haunt you until you're able to slay it. So we struggle when we look at the external circumstances in my life. I have to figure out what to feed my family. I want to lose weight. I want to go to the gym more. I have a cancer diagnosis, whatever it is, external circumstances. But we dip down into suffering when we yell at ourselves for not being better, being more, doing more. So it's the difference between this situation sucks and I suck. That's the difference. And the goal in your life should be to struggle. If you are struggling, you are a human being, and you will struggle for the rest of your life. But you don't have to suffer, because we suffer at our own hand when we constantly believe that we are not good enough for what this world has to offer. And as Naomi said, our struggles are a gift. We grow through what we go through. And we become stronger and better, and we're still alive, and we're still here. So we shouldn't beat ourselves up and suffer at our own hand. So when I speak to women and I say, I want you to spend time on yourself, I want you to consider therapy, I want you to read this self-help book, I hear a lot of excuses. And the number one excuse is, I don't have time, right? I'm too busy, I'm taking care of everybody else, but let's just get this excuse out of the way real quick. So this next slide is filled with friends and family members of mine who I love dearly. And the one thing that at least one person in each one of these photos that they have in common is that they are dead. So when we say, I don't have time to take care of myself, I don't have time to learn how to stop beating myself up, it's not true. These are the people, you could fill your own slide with loved ones. If you are living and breathing and you woke up today, you do have time to take care of yourself in new and inventive ways. And so we need to shift the conversation to say it's not that I don't have time, it's that I'm not making the time. I'm not taking the time. And when I was going through therapy and writing this book, and I was so broken, and everybody said, how do you have so much time to do this? And I said, you don't understand how broken I am. Because I would stay up all night in order to heal myself and learn to love myself. So, what is the end game? When you read Slay Like a Mother, what's the goal? What can it do for you? Very often I interview older women, older mothers, and I say, what's your best piece of advice for us that are struggling to get through the day and do the best we can? I interviewed a woman, 89 years old, named Nancy, and here's Nancy's advice for us. She says, just put your head down, do the best you can, and stop caring about what everybody else thinks about you. That's the goal. Put your head down, do your best, stop caring what everybody else thinks. And if we are blessed enough to live to that age, 89 years old like Nancy, we're all going to get here, right? Eventually, we're going to stop caring what everybody says about us and what everybody thinks about us. And so I'm just trying to get you there faster. You're going to get there.
Oh, wow. Did you just do that? Oh my goodness. What a blessed day. Thank you, Catherine. I think one of the things I fell in love with when I got the book and when I got to listen to Catherine's story was just the raw honesty. Because sometimes we're just really afraid to admit and accept responsibility. It's almost as though, yes, I'm going through this, but you know, it's everybody else's fault. I think for us tonight, it's important to realize that we have a role to play. We have, for me, honestly, 100% responsibility, because nobody's going to give you time. As a mom of little kids and big kids, if I don't intentionally want that time, nobody's going to give me. They don't understand. I mean, I have moments where I'm like, okay, mommy needs to work, just give me a break. And in like 30 seconds, my daughter is there, mommy, I'm hungry. It's like, whatever, mind your business, but do my business too, honestly. But it's important that we accept the responsibility of knowing that we can have better lives. We can be at a place where we're thriving regardless of the challenges that we're going through. And it's my privilege now to bring up a very beautiful woman to come share her story with us. And she's going to teach you, or rather share her journey, but it's tagged giving yourself permission to be a star, because you are a star. Please help me welcome Diola Kingsley James.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to sit down here. Is that okay? Thank you. So I wrote out my story in this sheet of paper because I've got only 15 or 20 minutes, so I'm going to rush through it. But I realized that I would rather give you some tips that you could also use. I'm going to do 2 exercises quickly after I've shared my story, okay? So my name is Adiola Kingsley James. I say I'm a life giver and a kingmaker. I'm a life giver because I'm a therapist and a hypnotherapist. And so if you give me the permission, I'll give you your life back. And as a kingmaker, I've worked in the television industry producing for the last 17 years. And so I've made a lot of kings and queens. So I'm a kingmaker. So that's who I am in a nutshell. But it hasn't always been like this. No, it hasn't. I was born into a family of 4 siblings, mother, father. And my mother is here also, Bimbo Oloede. Give it up for her. And she's okay hearing my story. I was a middle child. And so I didn't think that anybody wanted me or loved me. I wasn't the only girl. I wasn't the only boy. I was not the first, and I was not the last. So there was nothing special about me. So I felt. And so things then started to happen, you know, as I grew up. First of all, how many people here know that as children we play 4 roles? And I'm going to run through them quickly. There's the sickly child. So every time you're sick, mommy and daddy are always there for you. Who's there? And so you're constantly sick because now you get all the attention from your father and your mother. And then as you grow up, you get the attention from the doctors and the nurses. Yes? Second child is the rebellious child. Everything daddy and mommy say you shouldn't do, that's what you do. I was that child. Who else is there? Yes, yes, see my siblings. My sisters and brothers are here. The third one is the carer, okay? Now, as a carer, every time you are nice to people, people tell you how fantastic you are. So, oh, she's such a caring child. Mommy, are you okay? Daddy, are you okay? And so you forget yourself and carry on everybody else's problem because you are now Voltron, defender of the universe. And I was that too when I grew up, and I used to form the head. The last one is the brilliant child. Because every time you come home with great grades, your parents say, you are such a great child. Can't you be like? I was neither of any of those. I was the rebellious child because guess what? I got all the attention I needed. Now, children don't know that beating is bad attention. As long as you focus on them, whether you're shouting, you are beating them, it don't matter. Because what they want to do is take the power off the adult. And so, in Yoruba, mo fara bale naughty. In English, I sat down carefully and quietly and was very naughty. I can't even begin to tell you. I'll tell you one escapade. My father sat me down, God bless his soul, and said, Adiola, please borrow me your key to my room that I locked. It was me, it was me, it was me. And do you think I will agree that I borrowed I stole his key? Of course not. I said, Daddy, me? You mean me? Daddy, you know what? I will climb the fence to help you open your room from upstairs. Rather than tendering the key to him, I climbed the fence. That's the kind of child I was. Yes. Another one, I'll give you just two. One day I came back home. My mother said, where are you coming from? I said, I'm coming from school. She said, which school? I said, the school that I went to. She said, your father has been in school all day waiting for you. Where are you coming from? I said, my father was not looking for me in the place he was meant to look for me from. That I was in the same school. And the truth, I was so naughty that my father used to drop me in school and come back and pick me up. This particular day, I don't know which devil turned him back to look in school. Because as he left, I too left. I entered my house clothes and I went to my friend's house. And from there, changed back my uniform and went back home. And so this is the first time I'm confessing it and my mother is hearing it. I actually didn't go to school. I hated that school. I hated school. I had no future ambition. I was that one. So literally, I think I was that child nobody prays to have. But look at me now. Look at me now. Yeah? And so that's where my story is going to end. That's where my story is going to end. Look at me now, standing in front of you and speaking. And I'm the one that my mother is smiling at proudly. And I'm sure my father is also smiling proudly from where he was, saying, look at my child now. So yes, just like Catherine or Kathy, I went through a lot of therapy too. But the one that did the most for me was when I went through hypnotherapy. And I did rapid transformational therapy with Marisa Peer. I don't know if anybody here knows her or of her. And it changed my life completely. I remember when I told my mom, I don't think I told her before I did it, I told her after. And I was able to connect with why I felt unloved. Now, I didn't even tell her this. I did another session. And I remember being in my mother's womb whilst I did hypnotherapy, hearing her wish I was a boy. And I asked her this question when I came out of it. I said, did you ever wish I was a boy when you were pregnant for me? And she said yes, that it must have crossed her thought, her mind. But so I came into this world already feeling unwanted. And I didn't know. And I only found out when I was in my 40s. So I became needy. I was clingy. I needed your thank you to survive. Otherwise, why am I helping you as such an ingrate? And a lot of women feel that way because they invest themselves into maybe their marriages and their husbands or their relationships, and they don't know that they're doing it conditionally. It's not because you love them, it's because you trade them. If you do this for me, I do this for you. That's a trade, guys. That's not love. I didn't know how to love because I didn't love me, so I couldn't love anybody else. And so everybody had to be, in fact, I had to prove to you that I am your savior. And so maybe that's why I even ended up with a man that I married who was a widow with 2 children, because I must save you too. Little did I know, I thought love was enough. Did I even know what love meant? And so I struggled badly in my first 5 years of marriage, terribly. I was everything terrible. I was a terrible stepmother. I was a terrible mother. One day, my 2-year-old came into my room and said, Mommy, I've been looking, are you happy or are you sad? I said, I'm happy, child. She said, then why are you crying? I said, because I'm happy to see you. But that was a lie. And so that night I decided that come rain, come shine, I will make sure that my story changes. Number 1. 2, she also felt, just like our children feel like we're our parents' saviors, so she felt she was my savior. And every time she'll come and meet me, Mommy, are you? Once she doesn't see me, she already knows. And unfortunately, as children, when we cannot help our parents, we think we're a failure. But it's not up to us to save our parents. Neither is it up to us to save our children. Neither is it up to us to save our husbands. Because as a woman, your essence is tied to a successful man. There's a woman behind him. So if he's not successful, you are what? And then your children, when they are good, whose child is it? That's it. My sisters are here. And when you are bad, whose child are you? So now your essence is tied. So every time I ask women, who are you? You hear, I'm a mother and I'm a wife. Those are roles. That's not who you are. And so I'll tell you who I am. I am air. I give people a reason to live, love, and breathe. I am light. I bring clarity and understanding. I am unconditional love. I love because it's who I am, and I'm a fucking example on earth that God exists. That's who I am. My question is, who are you? And I'm going to leave you with that thought tonight. Who are you? If your essence is tied to being a mother or a CEO or a wife, then you're empty. Because you're going to be living through those things to feel like you exist. And when those things don't do well or go well, you will feel like a failure. Question is, are you a failure or did you fail at something? So I'm going to give 2 exercises of things that helped me. One was the mirror work. Everybody get out your pen and write this. And put your name first and then say, what I love about you is. So Adiola, what I love about you is your beautiful smile. So pick whatever is true to you. Second sentence, what I am proud of you for is. What I love about you, what I am proud of you for is. Third sentence, what I forgive you for is. What I forgive you for is, with your name in front of it. And the last sentence, what I commit to you to do is. Last sentence. So I'll give you an example. Adiola, what I love about you is your beautiful smile and how it lights up the room. Adiola, what I'm proud of you for is that you show up every day non-negotiably excited about living your life. Adiola, what I forgive you for is dimming your light, thinking that it will make other people feel happier with you being there. And Adiola, what I commit to you to do is shine regardless. And if anybody has an issue, they should wear sunglasses. So you're going to write 7 things you love about yourself. Because we only know how to praise God, we don't know how to praise ourselves. If I say, let's start to praise God here, oh my goodness, people will stand up and be in the church. Now use that same one and praise you. You have nothing because you don't say anything good about yourself. And so, praise yourself. 7 things. 7 things you are proud of yourself for. So what are your achievements that you're proud of? What are the things that you wish your parents said to you? What are those things? 7 things about the things that you forgive about yourself. What do you forgive yourself for? 7 things. And this can take you to tears. But go through it. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And 7 things you commit to yourself to do, because there must be a participation from you. Even God says ask, even if he can read your mind. Yes? First exercise. Second exercise. When we make mistakes, and I just want people to shout it out. When you make, maybe you are trying to do something and you make consistent mistakes around it, what words do you use on yourself? I'm an idiot. Stupid me. Who else? Just shout out the words. Say that. Mumu, thank you. Ode, thank you. What else? Huh? Now only you, Olodo. Okay, very good. So that's what you say to yourself, right? How do you feel when you call yourself a Mumu, Olodo, and Ode? How do you feel? Say it out. Like a failure, okay? Okay, so let's use that as a failure. How do you act when you feel like a failure? Just shout it out. Sad. So, Olodo, Mumu, Ode. Then you feel like, and for the English, people that cannot speak Yoruba, it means stupid, idiot, fool. Something around that circles. Thank you. And then you now feel sad, right? After you feel like a failure, then you act sad. Some people go into isolation. What are the results of that? More mistakes. Thank you very much. Now let's flip that around. When you do a great job, what do you say to yourself? Yes. Proud of yourself. Very good. Now, when you are proud of yourself, how do you feel? Excited. Great. Now, when you feel excited and you're proud of yourself, how do you act? Confident. Love it. And then what are the results of being confident? Say that again. Success. You keep doing more. So I've told you the two different. One is called a negative thought loop. And the next one is the positive. And all you just need to do is flip it. So when you find yourself in feeling bad, feeling sad, feeling angry, shouting at everybody, ask yourself, what thoughts am I thinking? Because everything starts with a thought. Even the universe was created with God thinking first. Hence, he brooded over the earth. Is thinking before he spoke. Now, your thoughts will definitely lead to your words, that will lead to your feelings, that will lead to actions, and will lead to results. So when you keep failing at something, ask yourself, what am I thinking? And switch it to the positive and find out that your actions will end up being positive as well. My name is Adeola Kingsley James once again, and I'm a life giver and a kingmaker. Thank you.
Ooh. Hey. Please look at the person next to you and say, are you still here? No, look at the person next to you again and say, are you still here? How are we doing today? I want to get one or two people. Just give me some feedback. So good. Unique. Inspired. Give me some words. Give it to me. Confident. Pumped. Encouraged. Empowered. Yes. Yes. So we can end the show now. And we're good. But there's more. There's more. Oh, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Where's Rosemary? I needed to do this at a special time. I have a lot of people in my world that are so amazing to me. And one of such women, she's not here, is Mrs. Chizo Malize. Please help me celebrate her quickly. She couldn't be here, but I remember reaching out to her, and she said, you know what? Send me a letter. Send me a letter. And instantly she said, Rosemary, respond to this letter. Just as it is. And instantly, you know, I connected with Rosemary, and I'm just so honored to recognize our partners at this event. And I'm talking about the FITC. Rosemary, come quickly, come quickly. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Just say hello to everyone and tell us about FITC in 1 minute. I'm standing with you. Just who you are and...
Thank you. I didn't know we'll be doing this today.
Yeah, I know. Spotlight.
Yes, thank you so much. I mean, when we got the letter, when I got the call from my MD rather, and I saw the sponsorship. I mean, it was, FITC is a world-class innovation-led and technology-driven knowledge institution, but we pride ourselves because we have a lot of women. We're not a feminist organization, but we still have a lot of women because women do rule the world, you know. You know, we're just so good at what we do and all that. So because we have a lot of women, most of the time we look for women events, you know, to attend, and this just presented that opportunity, you know, for us. But when I saw the letter and what the program was about, I mean, we connected, right? And that's why we are here. We're honored to have partnered with the Women with Stories. My team, you know, we're having a great time, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of stories when we get back to the office. But we're honored, and we look forward to more of such opportunities. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes. The support really went a long way in making sure a lot of the things that we have going on is happening here for us. So I'm really, really thankful. We want to do something very special now. One of the emphasis for today was to have mothers and daughters in the room. So I want to start by having every mother and daughter team to stand up. If you're a mother and you're here with your daughter, please rise. Please rise quickly. Mother, daughter, okay. Mother, daughter, come to me, come quickly. Mother, daughter, come. Mother, daughter, come quickly. Mother and daughters, some people have their daughters. Ihotu, please organize your women from Takwa Bay. Let them stand, so the mother and the daughter. I want the mother and the daughter. Are they coming like that? Okay, mother and, so every mother hold your daughter. We want to do something. Every mother hold your daughter. Okay, I'll move. Come, every mother hold your daughter. Okay. Look at this beautiful mother and daughter. Oh my God, who is the mother, who is the daughter? Amazing. So we want to do something really special. We know, I mean, I have a daughter, she can't be here, but we wanted everyone to participate. Because even though you're a mother, you're still a daughter. You are a daughter. So we are going to pair ourselves. Oh, I have another one here. Hey, thank you. So we're going to pair ourselves. We're going to have, so I need you to get up as a woman. I want you to find a younger girl. So your mother, your daughter. So just quickly do that. Get up, everybody, because we're going to split. Decide who is mother, who is daughter. Let's go quickly. Mother, daughter, hurry, get up. Let's do this. You're gonna love it. I need a mother. Where's Bimbo? No, Mama, no. Who's there? Excuse me. Who's there? Excuse me. Find another mother. Catherine, someone. Please, I'm sorry. I have my mommy. Do you have your mother? Do you have your mother, daughter? Okay. Everyone has a mother. If you have a mother, say I. If you have a daughter, say I. Okay, please look at the face of your mother, because in about 3 minutes, hold on. In about 3 minutes, please don't forget your mother's face. Why? You know why? Because we are going to separate the mothers and the daughters for 3 minutes. And this segment is what I wish my mother knew. And for the mothers, it's what I wish my daughter knew. And I need you to understand that this moment is a safe moment. Some of you are going to perhaps share what you have never shared. I know what I've never shared and what I wish my mother knew. And I'm going to share it. And I'm happy I'm sharing it with her. We're going to do that in 3 minutes, and we're going to come back. So look at your mother. Don't forget the face of your mother. Now, all the daughters, starting from here, all the daughters, now leave your mother, come here to my left. All the daughters to the left. I'm a daughter, so I'm going to go there. All the mothers, no, they're going to share over there. You'll come back. And all the mothers, all the daughters to the left, all the mothers to the right. You know, Mama, we split them because some actual mothers and daughters are here. So we don't want that together. Okay. Yes. So all the mothers on the right, all the daughters on the left. So amongst yourself, daughters, now begin to have that conversation. What did you wish, or what do you wish your mother knew? Now these are random faces. So your mother is not here. So I want you to talk, to find someone you're comfortable to share something with. So have a conversation. What do you wish your mother knew? It could be that I wish my mother knew that I really don't like that she shouts too much. Talk, talk, talk. And over here, mothers, what do you wish your daughter knew? Have that conversation with another mother. Yes. Have that conversation. What do you wish your daughter knew? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Have the conversation. Secrets are spilling. Secrets are spilling. Just release. This moment is a moment of release. Just talk about it. What do you wish your mother knew? The men, you can have that conversation. Maybe about fathers. What do you wish your father knew? You're a woman, I'm wondering why you're seated. Just release. It's a session of release. What I wish my mother knew. What I wish my daughter knew. Release. Release. Talk about it. That thing you've been wanting to tell your mother, tell somebody. Talk to someone. That thing you wish your daughter knew. If only your daughter knew you were raped as a child. If only your daughter knew you were abused at the age of 6. What do you wish your daughter knew? We've got 2 more minutes. Make sure you're talking to someone. Talk about it. Let it out. Let it out. Let it out. Let it out. All right, in 30 seconds, you're going to begin to find your mother or your daughter, because we want to wrap this up. Right now we have what I wish my mom knew, what I wish my daughter knew. Yes. Have you let it out? Have you talked about it? You have? You sure? Don't take it home. Don't take it home. Let it out. Let it out. Talk about it. All right. Can I please have Edith Young up here, please? Adiola, please let me have Edith Young here, please. Edith Young. Okay, now look for your mother. We're done. Look for your mother, look for your daughter, and hold hands. So I want you to spread across this room. Spread across this room. Find your mother, find your daughter. The conversation is over. Hello, mothers. Find your mother. Hello, beautiful. Who is this?
My daughter.
She's gorgeous. Wow. Are you having fun today?
Yes, I am. I'm happy you came. This is just about my younger daughter. I'm going to help her from today. Yeah.
All right, find your mother, find your daughter. Okay, no, I need us to spread out. Can we spread out? Spread out. Hold hands, spread out to the left, to the right. Spread out, hold your mother, hold your daughter. If you came with two daughters, hold them. If you split yourselves. Okay, DJ, are we ready? Okay, mothers and daughters in the middle, I need you to move a bit. We have so much space in the room. Hold your mother. So the conversation is shh. Selfie will happen. Hold your mother, hold your daughter, please. Let us do this quickly. We have one more very powerful session after this, and we're done. We move out for the book signing. So the earlier we do this, the faster we get out there. Do you have your mother?
But the moment I had my mom here, she's not my real mom, but I told her it's almost like this was orchestrated and it was meant for me. And she said a lot of amazing things to me, and I just feel like a burden is lifted. I feel better. I feel great. And I feel like I'm ready to take on the world. I feel like I still have time. I'm still amazing, regardless of all of those things I thought defined me. Thank you.
Quick one. I forgot to give you the last bit of the mirror work exercise. You need to stand in front of the mirror and speak to yourself. So you speak to yourself in the mirror, and you can't look into both eyes at the same time, but you can look at individual eyes and say to yourself in front of a mirror. And if you want to be naked, even better. So you can really, really love yourself. Yes? Thank you.
Thank you so much. I had the privilege of having Susanna from Brazil to be my mother, and it was a very beautiful moment for me for many reasons, because I shared with her very honest things that I would have loved, conversations I would love to have with my mother every day. And it's also striking for me for another reason. I currently run an organization that provides mental health support, therapy. I advocate for mental health. I advocate for therapy, but I don't get therapy myself. So this was my therapy, and it was a very beautiful moment for me. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Shokumbi Kafilat. This session was a breakthrough. It was just like I came from a dark shell, and I brought myself back to light to brighten the world.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yetunde Adedayo, sharing something that I never had to share with my daughters. So they are not here, but, and I shared something today, and it made me realize that I've been able to face my truth. Something that I've kept hidden, and, when you hide something and you ignore it. But today, I was able to share my truth.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Grace Ndukwe. Okay, this was an emotional one for me because I always wished my mom is available for me, and that's when I'm in search of a mentor. But I have a mom, so I normally wonder, so why would I have a mom? And I'm looking out for someone else to be my mentor and the rest. So the emotional one for me, and my mom is a strong woman, and she always wants to be there for everybody at the same time. I'm also picking that up, but it was just an emotional moment for me. And
Hi, my name is Diane Kalu. I was a mom, and when I spoke to my daughter, I think she has left now. She looked at me like, okay, you're a mom? I said yes, because I have a teenager. I have 3 kids, actually. And then she shared her story with me,
She's actually the daughter of a widow, and I work with widows. So I was able to encourage her, to let her know that being strong, it's not just about you carrying the weight, but also about you finding expression for yourself. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kela. I had the privilege of speaking with Grandma Bimbola, and she told me a lot of things that my own real mom has never told me. For the first time, I'm a writer, but it just occurred to me that as a writer, I can actually write my own story, she told me. As a creative, I can create my own life. So she just had few minutes with me, but she has actually changed my thought pattern.
Okay. Wow. This is, I imagined today, there was the part I imagined, and there are the parts I could never have seen this. Thank you. I just want to say thank you, because you're not all just here. I think one of the most powerful things I'm sensing in this room is that you are all present. It's one thing to attend an event. It's another thing to be here. And I think we're having this level of impact and this level of transformation because you are here. And that means a lot to me and to everyone who has made sure that this happens. I don't know if I can sleep tonight, because this is, it's like, did I see that? You guys don't understand what I saw, because intentionally I took myself out of the space to just see the emotions. I saw people crying, I saw laughter, I saw such a powerful release. It's priceless. I can't put money on that. So thank you for being present. This is our final act for today. Coach Beams is going to show us something. Oh, we still have one last card. That's like the Joker card. Please don't go anywhere. We're almost done. But Coach Beams wants to show you something I find so powerful and yet very intriguing. So please help me welcome the jailbreaker.
Wow, ladies, what a day we're having. I'm so glad that I'm here with you guys. I met a young lady that I'd never met before in that mother-daughter exercise. And she brought me to tears without trying. I'm a mother of 2 daughters. My daughters are not here. But honestly, I'm going to go home and do this with my girls. Yeah. So my girls are 29 and 27. So I suppose I should call them my women, really. But I'm going to go and do this with them. So, I'm called the jailbreaker. I didn't give myself that name. But I bear the name with great honor and with gratitude. Because I wasn't always a jailbreaker. In fact, I was a prisoner for many years of my life. And it was a day like this, at a women's event like this, at the age of 44, that I realized for the very first time that the sexual abuse that I had suffered from between the ages of 4, my first experience of penetrative sexual intercourse was at the age of 4. And I was constantly abused repeatedly by several men till the age of about 9. And these were, the way we used to grow up, we used to have family members around, didn't we? So there were uncles, cousins of my parents, But I don't know how it morphed. That's one part of the story that I'm not quite clear of, because did they kind of speak to each other? Did they say that one's vulnerable? Could they see something that I couldn't? You see, when the different kinds of children were being described, I was the last child, but I had no last daughter privileges. So my mother's first child was a boy, so he was the crown prince, of course. And then my sister, who should have been the middle child, claimed the spot of the sickly child. So she couldn't do housework because she would cry and she would fall ill. So she didn't do housework, she never swept, she never washed plates, she never did any of that. And nobody ever told her off. And so I was the rebellious child. I was the one who was always being told, be quiet, sit down, why can't you be like Buki? And so when the abuse began, I didn't have the courage to tell anyone. Who was I going to tell? My two older siblings are very quiet. And as you might have noticed, I'm not quite that way. And so I thought for 40 years that I brought the abuse on myself because of my personality, because I wouldn't be quiet, because I wouldn't sit still, because I was so inquisitive, because I was always into everything I had no business getting into. And so I decided that I was bad. Because you see, my abusers were very clever. They groomed me so well that I believed that I was a willing participant. And so for many years when I would hear girls say, I was raped, I would say, I wasn't raped. It was me. I couldn't claim that relief until a day like this, when a woman of God said to me, Bim, you don't understand what happened to you, do you? And I thought, what's she talking about? And she said, what happened to you is called rape. And I thought, oh, how? Of course not. And then she said to me, she mentioned a little 5-year-old girl in church. Now you'll remember by this time I had raised my 2 daughters, but at no time could I identify with their innocence. I couldn't. Because that broken self-image was so ingrained in my soul. It was my identity. And so she said to me, she said, Bim, Nicole's daughter Shade is 5 years old. And immediately I just saw a picture of this innocent little girl. And my mind exploded. And I began to scream. Because for the first time in 40 years, I finally saw that it was not my fault. It wasn't my fault. I had borne the shame. I had borne the blame. I had borne the guilt. My goodness, the opportunities I had lost. The bad decisions that I had made. I say it all the time. If God had not rescued me, I would either be dead today or be a drug-addicted prostitute. Those were my choices. Those were my choices. And I want to say to you today, if you're listening to me and you're carrying a self-image born of the labels that you've acquired on your journey, look at me as an example of what is possible. And I hear a woman say to me, yeah, but Coach Bims, it's easy for you. It happened to you. You didn't do anything wrong. You were only a child. Yeah, but do you want me to tell you about the things I did wrong? You see, the truth is that your story is not designed to drown you. You have a choice. Whatever part you think you played in that story, whatever life threw at you to create that story, you can take that story and make a platform of it and stand on it and proclaim your freedom, proclaim your greatness, proclaim the truth of who you are. You can stand on that story and do what I do and shine a light for the women who are coming behind you and say to them, come, take my hand, because there is healing available. There is freedom waiting for you. The real you is waiting, just waiting for you to see her, for you to embrace her, and for you to let her live. And that's a choice that I made. On that day, so I'm 56 now. It was 12 years ago. I promised myself I would never be ashamed of my story again. I'd borne that shame too long. It didn't feel good. It was a weight on my shoulders. I would make decisions because I didn't want people to know who I really was. And I don't know how clearly you can see this tree. So there's a tree. Can we just have the tree and nothing else, please? Just that tree. And I call that the trauma tree. I use that. Procrastination, perfectionism. Any golden children in the house? Messiah complex. Performance addiction, maybe? Ooh, child. There's some of these things that we actually celebrate. And as women, we use them to soothe our hurting souls. Ladies, no more. Enough. Enough. Enough of that. Please come. So I'd like you to, if you can, if you're at the back, you won't be able to see. Could you please just come forward, just stand around? It's fine. It's not formal. I really want you to see this. So, yeah. Ushers, maybe you can help people come forward. Okay.
Is that possible? She wants to do something really practical, but we want everyone to see it. So can we have the camera on this little experiment? Is it possible? Is it possible? Okay. Okay, yeah. So let's have this camera on the screen. So those who are too far can stay. Can you see the screen?
Any Coke lovers in the house? It's okay, you can admit it. Yeah. I'm a Fanta girl myself. I like to say that half of my body mass is actually Fanta. So who remembers the advert for Coke? What does Coke say? What does Coke say they are? Yes, what does Coke say? Coke is the real thing. Thank you. Coke is the real thing. And so there was a time in your life when you were the real thing. And you knew that you were the real thing. Girl, you were Coke. You were Coke. So can you just give me a few words that you used to describe yourself when you were the real thing and you knew you were the real thing? Some of the words. Fantastic, thank you. Sorry, I didn't hear that. Free, happy, joyful, strong, excited, bold, proud, unique. Ooh, I love it. Unique, full of life, confident, beautiful, dynamic, unique. Oh, girl, diamond, special, powerful. I have to take that one. Vibrant. So, at that point in time, you knew exactly what you were. You knew exactly who you were. And then, life began to happen, didn't it? And it started to give you labels. And maybe you can remember some of those labels. Some of those labels. The oil. Ooh, you went straight there, didn't you? Open it. Ooh. Inconsequent. Oof. Inconsequential. Ugly. Not good enough. Unlovable goodness. Dumb. Or dead. Sorry? I didn't hear that one. Desperate. Small. Ooh. Prostitutes. Slow, proud, useless, lazy, mumu. Anything else? I'll tell you some of mine. Worthless, shameful, bad child, trouble to her mother, the kind of child nobody wants, really. Huh? Self-absorbed. Shasha. I had that in secondary school. Just because of my hair. I've got a widow's peak. They said I was possessed because of my hair. I believed it too. And so what happens is that when we then look at our lives, what do we see? What do you see? All we see is the oil. All we see is the labels. All we see is the muck. All we see is all of that. And so you forget that there once was Coke. Those labels now. Lay down the weight. You've borne it long enough. Lay it down. Trash those labels, ladies. Trash the labels. Excellent. Anybody else? And so now that we've gotten rid of those labels, so remember your Coke. Remember that in all of this, with all the labels and all the oil and all the, remember where we started? Remember that underneath all of that, you're still Coke? It took me a while to realize that the things that I thought were a blemish were actually my superpower, my empathy, my huge heart. The fact that I can't stop talking. Gosh, I got so many whoopings for that. How could I have ever known? I did. So I want you to remember you as Coke and begin to write down those things that make you Coke. Some of them will be the things that you thought were oil, but they're actually Coke. Begin to write them down. I want you to write. The things that make you Coke, the things that make you special, the things that make you unique. I was always interested in other people's business. If someone was sad around me, I always wanted to know why. I always wanted people to be happy. I didn't realize that I was destined to be a coach. Who could have guessed it? And so now I spend my life helping women to overcome trauma, helping them to get rid of those burdens, those labels, so that they can finally be reconnected with their true selves and begin to operate from the place of their own special genius, so that women can take their power back. That make you Coke. Write them. And once you finish writing, can you please stand up and hold them up high? Stand up with me, please, ladies, and hold them up high. Hold them up high. Take your place, girl. Take your power back. It's yours. Take it back. The world needs you. I need you. I need to see you. I need to see you shine. I need to see you sparkle. I need to see you out from behind the bars of that prison. I need to see you soar. My company is called Flourish Freely, because that's what I want every woman to do. I want you to flourish, free of everything that has ever held you back. So hold your affirmation up there. What is it that your soul needs to hear? What do you need to remind yourself of? Hold it up. Hold it up. Because you're Coke. You're Coke, ladies. And it has been my absolute privilege, my absolute honor, and honestly, the joy of my soul to be here with you today. And to help to reintroduce you to yourselves again in a very small way. But can I ask, going forward, don't forget. Remember. And if you can't remember anything else, remember Coach Bim said I'm Coke. And strut your stuff. And say, hey, look, please. Coach Bim said I am Coke. Thank you, ladies. God bless you all.
Can we give it up again for Coach Bims? Oh wow, we are done. 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 You're not leaving. One picture. All right, so this is it. We are done officially. Permit me once again to say thank you to Dr. Enya Lawal, the founder of the Africa Creative Market, the co-founders, the entire team, the ACM team, the media crew, the ushers, everybody, the cameramen, the video men and women. We are thankful. So at this point, Catherine is already at the stand. So if your book is yet to be autographed by her, we promised, then please make your way there. I would see if we can get our celebrities to take a few pictures with us at the red carpet. So thank you so much. If you want to know how to get the masterclass ticket, the VIP workshop, everything's happening outside. Make sure you're following us at the Women with Stories. We want to know exactly what you experienced today. Please show us some love. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been a great pleasure serving you today. Thank you. Bye, everyone.